The good, the bad, and the ugly. And with that, welcome to another Only Rants, only that this time we're not talking about official sets. Yeah, I know, Arkham Asylum is here. We'll somewhat talk about it, but not really. We'll be discussing Rebrickable, and I'm starting a new series right now. Here it is. That's right, Creator Spotlight. I want to take a closer look at certain creators on Rebrickable. If you don't know what Rebrickable is, stick around, I'll explain it to you. Also, there's a link down below. But what I really want to showcase is the creativity of people in the LEGO community, right? We're all fed up with designs that are subpar and still charging us a lot of money. Fortunately, there's some cool people out there. I was made aware of this particular mock on Reddit, right? In the, I think, the LEGO Batman subreddit, where people who know how to design cool LEGO sets, cool additions to LEGO sets, and then, link to their Rebrickable account. Rebrickable is a website where people can upload their instructions, the stuff they designed themselves. Obviously, when you design a mock in LEGO's own software, you can then also create instructions, and you can also sell them. And that's what Rebrickable is for, right? Lots of people give their instructions away for free, but if you put a lot of work, and making instructions is a lot of work into that, you expect some kind of return. So we'll be talking about a Rebrickable for the Arkham Asylum, set number 67300, and it's just called Mock Expansion. It was created by Splt3rdLothadom's. I assume that's how you pronounce that. And I'll quickly walk you through, right? There's a couple of pictures on here. This is one from the outside. Basically, what this mock is supposed to do is it gives you, well, the name suggests it, an extension for Arkham Asylum. If you are familiar with any of the Arkham games, for example, Arkham Asylum is not one building, right? It's a campus. And this mock is doing that, right? It adds more to it. There's not just this one building. In this image, you have the grayed out Arkham Asylum, this set, right in the center. And then you have two more buildings, right? To the left and the right, which would add a little bit more. So basically what it does is give you a treatment center. I think that's the light tan building, and then another reddish brown building where more prisoners could be housed, which I think is a really cool idea. But you already see down here, there's this little police truck, right? And that is what has drawn me towards this mock. I really wanted to build this little truck. I did. I already showed it to you. And I think it's really cool. The reason I'm not building the entire mock is, one, it's very big and very expensive, but that's cool. I think if I didn't have other plans for Arkham Asylum already, and I did have those plans back when I first saw this mock, which was in October of 2025, so something like 3 months ago, and I did order all the pieces I needed for this little police truck back then. And guess what? It took LEGO to deliver them until yesterday. So it took forever to get these parts, and it wasn't a lot of parts. In the end, they realized there's one or two things they just didn't have anymore, and that delayed everything. Which was not a pleasant experience, and I don't recommend buying parts on Pick-a-Brick online in Europe right now, because I have more outstanding parts orders, and I have no idea when I'm getting these. But they're really stopping my process when it comes to making more videos about cool stuff, right? I don't want every video to be a review. I'd like the content to be varied, right? To have different things. I started workshopping this idea of a creator spotlight in October. So when I saw this, when I got in touch with the designer of this mock, with Splt3rdLothadom's, back on Reddit. He's a really nice guy, by the way. I enjoyed working with him. I enjoyed talking to him. I told him I was going to do this video, and he provided an early parts list for this set, for this little police truck, so I could order these parts and get this done, get this off the ground in time, right? So we have this mock, which looks pretty cool. I plan to do something else with my Arkham Asylum, simply because I already have the one from the LEGO Batman movie, as well as the earlier one from the superheroes line, right? So I have two more Arkham Asylums, and I figured I'll create a campus from those sets and then make something new. That's why I'm not building this. But if I wasn't, I would be building this, because this is really cool. Let's look at a couple more pictures. Yeah, this is what it would look like if you take away this set. Again, this belongs in the middle. That's very much the intention. I really like this turret here. Good use of the Wednesday gargoyle piece. Those pieces are also in the official Arkham Asylum. You see this little truck again down here. Overall, I think this architecture is really good. It's way more detailed than this official Lego set. Even though I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. There's some stuff in there which is kind of cool, but this is way more detailed and way cooler if you ask me. Both of these buildings are just really, really good, and this guy really knows what he's doing, right? I mean, just look at the fence. That already is fantastic. And this little gate here, that looks so, so good. And I really like that he managed to have a freestanding tower over there. The one in here, this guard tower is attached to the asylum, right? But it makes more sense for it to be a freestanding structure, right? Do we have more? Yep, a little bit from the inside. I think this is probably Mr. Freeze related. There's more cool stuff. This is, yeah, there are a couple of skeletons in here. This is the picture, yeah, I was going to look for, try to find. I think this is a morgue, which is really cool. You have these hatches which you can open and then, I don't know, put a skeleton, for example, inside, or somebody else who might have died in Arkham Asylum. This room looks really good, and I think this is ice, something to do with Mr. Freeze, right? If you have played the Arkham games, there is a morgue in these games, and Freeze is in there, and I think that took inspiration from that, right? From that scene, from that level in the game, if you will. And this has a pool table, which is really cool, right? Probably where we could put our, I have the minifig over there, Dr. Strange, that's his name, right? He's over there. I'll get him in a second and I'll show him to you. He will also be making an appearance once I make my Arkham Asylum mock. But this is, yeah, it's a fantastic, fantastic looking mock. But as I said, I was primarily interested in this little police car, and luckily Splt3rdLothadom also made instructions available just for the car, which is fantastic. This is a really good looking police truck car, very armored. I think this is a fantastic design, and when I saw it I knew I needed to build this, especially after building this. And yeah, I hate to say this, but this is bad. This is trash. This is not good. Nothing about it is good. I even, yeah, I left off the stickers because they don't even match. Like, have a look at this sticker, right? The Arkham Asylum one. You can clearly see in any light that this white does not match the white of the bricks. And yeah, that's a shame. There are other ways to create a detail, obviously, without using stickers. And our mock designer from Rebrickable, Splt3rdLothadom, he did an amazing job. Obviously it doesn't come with the Joker minifig. I just put him on here just so you could see that he can grab onto this railing there and aim inside of the car, which is really cool. Maybe you can see the gun, yeah, from the other side. That's fantastic. There's so much detail on here. When I ordered my parts, these slopes, the ones that are gray over here, were not available in black. They should be black, so keep that in mind. But let's look at the images here on Rebrickable. Obviously this is a render. I think I might be one of the first people ever to build this. I sent him a couple of pictures of my truck, the one I built, and I think he hasn't built it yet. Yeah, the second picture on here shows you can open the back of it, and it shows you a black 4x4 plate. Unfortunately, yeah, mine is gray. If you can see that down here, because black wasn't available on lego.com, which is unfortunate. Here's one thing, and I'm sure he doesn't know this, because if he hasn't built it, he can't know. This little truck, right, the Arkham Asylum, yeah, hospital asylum truck, came with this little stretcher. You can put a minifig on there, for example, this guard. If you remove this guard's head, right, make him look as bald as possible, then this stretcher actually also fits inside this police truck. And I think that's really neat. I mean, after all, this is intended to go with the Arkham Asylum, so you already have that. That's fantastic. I don't know if he designed it specifically to make that possible. If he did, congratulations, it did work out. This is fantastic. Really, really cool. I like that a lot. There's so much I love about this truck. Not just that you can open this back hatch, right? You can also remove the roof for easier access, because he was smart enough to use the technique they use on modular buildings, right? Only only have a couple studs showing, and then you can actually remove it very easily. There is an inside. I'll show you a couple pictures of it in better light. This is really hard to see, I understand. So you have room for example, a stretcher. You have room for probably 4 minifigs, which is really good. There are 2 seats in front. This section is not easily removed though. So if we want to put a guard in here, oh, that actually worked out. Every time I tried it before off screen, the entire front would come off. But yeah, this is good. So maybe there's a possibility to remove these studs as well and have an even easier time removing it. But if you look inside, you see that there are 2 seats and they are very close next to each other. So that's pretty hard to put more than 1 minifig in. We are going to try with our other guard, right? This Arkham Asylum came with 2 guards, a male and a female, I think. This is that. I'm not sure it's going to fit with the hat on. We're going to try it though. I tried it earlier and it does fit a minifig. Does it fit one with a hat on is the question. It was a snug fit when I tried it for the first time. But we're doing it live. We'll see. Put the hat on and put this back on. It does. No, that's great. Yeah. So you can put a minifig in and leave their head accessory on as well, which is pretty cool. I'll again take you a couple more pictures so you can see that in more detail, more clearly, and not have to deal with this lighting. It's very dark. What is a cool choice of colors, right? I really like the dark blue with the black. That's pretty cool. Obviously, the front is very interesting with this big fence piece, which you can technically also tilt up and see your minifig a little bit better. I also ordered a smoked windshield for this one. I'm going to show you a couple of upgrades that I thought about, but this is perfect as it is already. And the instructions are $2, so come on. If you want to order the parts, I think it's around 40. I paid 60 for my order, but I also ordered like 200 transparent tiles to make more water to finally at some point continue the Batcave. So there you go. I think this is a fantastic little truck. You could even, if you already have this, take these wheels, which are a little bit bigger, and put them on here. They fit. I already tested that, and I think that would make it look even better, right? It's not as tight as you might expect, so it's not necessary to have like the smallest wheels on here. I'll also try to rebuild parts of it to get an even bigger tire fit onto there. But let's finish our look at it. This is the back side, very black, and it's really cool that he managed to include this little hatch and that you can just flip that down and then have easy access to the back. The sides are really cool. I like that the railing is installed here, so that gives you the opportunity to pose a minifig there. Then you have 2 studs to play with down here. That's also really handy. I like the mirrors, the design he went with there. And then on the front, but the coolest part possibly is this part, right? Which can flip down. I think this is part of a chain, actually, this part right here. He added these 2 studs with the clip, or with this little bar element on here. But the bigger part here, I think, is part of a chain for example, a tank. Or Lego probably uses it in the theme park stuff as well. So that's our little police truck, 360 parts, $2 on Rebrickable. The link is in the description. You should check this out, as well as the actual Arkham Asylum expansion MOC, because I think this is fantastic. I mean, just look at the tree. So much better than anything Lego builds these days. Maybe you remember earlier this year the controversy around the Shire and that tree. That was horrible. This MOC looks really, really good. This guy knows what he's doing. And when you buy these Arkham Asylum expansion instructions, you don't just get one document, you get all of them separated out, so you can just build whatever you want one after the other, which I find fantastic. So I bought the entire thing because I wanted to support this MOC artist, simply because I got to know him a little bit and talked to him, and he's really nice. And I think he's really talented, and I think this should be, and I know this was a lot of work, so it's perfectly fine for me to have paid for these instructions. And I get to make a video about it, right? And there's one more thing I want to show you. Let's make a very quick upgrade, because I think that these clips, these 1x1 round clips with the anti-stud. These, I don't think they were out when Splt3rdLothadom made his instructions, but they are now. So you can actually take this fence piece, turn it around, and that makes it look a lot cleaner. If we go back to this picture, right? Yeah, by the way, the fact that this is gray is not by design. I just couldn't get a black one from Lego.com, so now it's gray. It would look even cooler if we had a black fence piece, I think. So this was the first entry in my Creator Spotlight series. I also want to talk about, where is it? Over there. I also want to talk about the Portal 2 mock by Casey Goosey, which I did a short on recently. If you're interested in this new series, please let me know. I'll continue that, and we'll build more cool stuff that is available on Rebrickable. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit the bell, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Welcome to my ant card. This is just a hangout. Yeah, I'm a crank that shit. Bro, that's so damn loud. It's nothing but a little intermission. Enjoy these soothing bars of utter indecision. Buddy people, you can trust me. It's an ant card. I know all those fire jokes and get you saying hard. It's an ant card. This shit ain't some voodoo, bro. I know you want to stay, but it's time for you to go.